What's going on, everybody? You are now watching and listening to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, Gurus?
What's up?
Yes. We are coming in hot.
You are now tuned into K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
So check it out, ladies. We're gonna get right to it. Drake is seeking court-ordered protection from a woman he claims keeps showing up at his home and wishing death upon him. The rapper's lawyer, Larry Stein, belonged it to the court for a temporary restraining order to protect Drake and his family from a 29-year-old woman he claims has been harassing him for years. According to the new legal documents, Drake claims that the woman was arrested at his Hidden Hills estate back in April 2017 and convicted of trespassing. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Drake says the woman has threatened his life as well as lives of his family members. In documents, Drake's lawyer says the woman sent him emails last month where she says, "Put a bullet through your head now, bitch."
It's not funny.
Now, Gurus, what kind of position is Drake in right now?
He's in a famous person's position. He's in a icon's position. This is not anything new that, this has been happening since entertainment's been going on. People become obsessed. Look at John Lennon.
Yeah.
Not anything new. You put yourself in a position of fame and, it comes with some great things and it also comes with some bad.
You know what's crazy about this situation is that what if this was like a 50 Cent? You're a rap artist, you have a hardcore type of exterior, if you will. You're making money and then you're like screaming to the media how you're getting harassed by a woman who keeps on threatening you.
I don't see it that way though, because you have to protect your family. They didn't ask to be put in this position like you did when you became famous. And I'm a mama bear. Like if someone comes near my kids or threatens my family, like I'll do what I need to do. And when you're in the spotlight, you don't want to take it back to your old ways, fight it out and do the things you used to do, right? You elevated yourself to this level and people are looking up to you and you have to respond accordingly.
Right. It's so crazy because this woman, has been harassing him since 2017. And, obviously he's did Drake move or because did he move? And then when he moved, the woman found out where he lived again?
Possibility.
Probably.
It's probably a
possibility. I don't know how that obsession just goes away. That's well, we don't know what the whole story is, but that sounds like a little bit of mental illness to me. I don't know what stops that besides getting locked up, which she did.
Yeah.
And then also medication. But hey, I'm assuming, but
yeah, I think this situation, because things could rapidly get out of control.
Yeah, especially the stalker situation. I feel like it could really like turn south super quick, especially since like that person in their mind is like, oh, this makes total perfect sense and this is like normal for me to do this. And so I'm pretty sure like the case with Ariana Grande and her stalker, when he showed up at her place with I think he had a gun on him or a knife. Like in his mind, he was like thinking like he's in constant communication with Ariana Grande. When Ariana Grande has no fucking clue who this guy is. So I'm pretty sure with the same situation, she might have some mental health issues and like thinking like, oh, Drake can hear me. But like Drake is like, he don't know who you are. He doesn't know you.
yeah, that's scary.
It is.
But if it was like let's, like you said, an example. I don't know if I want to use 50 as an example because he's too public. I don't know if he's progressed into, you know, a whole nother level. So there's certain things that he doesn't and shouldn't do anymore. And he's not a stupid person. But in another situation, for a street rapper, possibly, it could get handled in other ways, possibly, you know, if that was your lifestyle before.
But you know, one of the things that I think about is, what about like, you know, for women that I remember when I believe it was in high school, and one of my high school friends, uh, she was a girl. She got murdered by her boyfriend, and he was a stalker, and you know she had broke up with him or whatever. And you know, I think these things really don't get highlighted as serious as they should, especially by authorities.
And we're still here. It's, you know, it's something we need to continue to work on and continue to talk about until, you know, we do better.
Because a straining order isn't it for some reason it sounds like these straining orders that they have really don't have the serious effect that they should.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, they don't.
you call the police and you tell them, hey, somebody is harassing me, they're coming to, and then they'll come to your house and say, well, really, or have you caught them, do you have any evidence, or and they'll say all we could do is write a report, miss.
Yeah. Or did they go into your house? Have they broken into your house? Because there's certain like there's certain roles and like rules, not rules, but like there's certain grounds and rules of where the police actually can and cannot do things. So for sure, when it comes to like, until that person actually has broken into your house and come on your property, they can't do anything. It sucks because even with a restraining order and they're supposed to keep like 100 yards from you, and let's just say you're not home, they can still like vandalize your home or like terrorize you in some way, or they can still follow you across the street. And I feel like the laws need to be changed when it comes to what degree can the police actually get involved when the crazy ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend won't leave them alone.
I think it's a hard situation because I agree with what everybody said, but from the flip side, right, for like a devil's advocate position, if we allow the police to determine, you know, when some kind of crazy love affair has gone awry, it's almost like a step in the wrong direction, right, from what we really want the police to be doing, which, you know, if they overstep and they can arrest someone before they've done actually something wrong, there's something wrong with that too. And so I feel like that's such a hard balance to make, because I obviously side with the victims of domestic violence and I don't ever want to see that happen, but I also don't want to see the police have the power to just willy-nilly arrest people without them having actually done anything. So I don't know what the resolution is. And I think that's kind of been a delay and why nothing's changed, because how much power do we really give to the subjective officer who happens to show up in that
Yeah.
moment?
You know what? There was actually something done. That was a threat, you know, that was a threat to somebody's life. And
Yeah.
that is something that can be prosecuted. That's illegal. You cannot threaten somebody's life.
Yeah, in that
And
situation.
when you establish a restraining order, you're also establishing other things. There's to be no communication in any shape or form. There's to be no communication via third parties or anything of that nature. And I think that if they took that part more seriously, once the restraining order is established, if there's still something going on, maybe that is their opportunity to step in and now, you know, stop something from happening and a
100%.
can be made.
Yeah, I think getting
know,
to the restraining order part, that's the hard part, is getting to the level where they
Yeah.
give you the restraining order.
Mhm.
Yeah, because even once they do implement that restraining order, isn't it isn't it the next step that they have to catch the person within a certain amount of feet
I think it depends on what the order says. They all say different things, I guess, depending on the circumstances that led up to it.
Yeah.
You should just have to have some type of proof. And if you're in fear of your life, there should be other things that we need to come up in law with to prevent something from actually happening. Because yes, they don't take it seriously sometimes, and people end up actually dying or getting hurt.
I think there's something to be said also for men that go through certain situations like this, because it's there is a weird side to it as a man when you're being in Drake's case, matter of fact, when you're being harassed by a woman and it's like, yo man, come on, stop. What is she gonna do to you? You know what I mean? Like there's this.
I get that, but you know what, man or woman, there's still such things as guns and violence and all types of stuff. And if a woman want to do something, she could still do something, and it's real. And especially if your family is involved, like as a man, you probably want to protect your family. Even isn't that like even more of an issue for a man? Like they want to protect their family. So I don't really see that as being, unmanly to, feel some type of way if you have a threat against your life or your family member's life or whatever. Like that threat is real.
I agree, and I feel like we're less impulsive to generalize. Like women, I think, are more like a well thought out plan than impulsive. Yep. It's almost scarier because when she shows up, she's determined.
Shit.
Yep.
Well, hey, look, we wish Drake some luck, man. Hopefully, situations work out for Drake, and the situations work out for that person, that they get some help. All right, Gurus, we'll be back with the Lady Guru Show.
Yo, true story, okay? Ever felt like he's about to blow up? Yeah. I got pink satin sheets, making money in my sleep. I think I'm all that, and I'm walking real stink. I be checking the gram, I got one new fan. Oh my God, I'm about to go ham. He's stalking my page, liking all my pics. I'm feeling myself, you can't tell me shit. I'm in the club, getting drunk off Moet. I'm making it rain with my ass cap check. Yeah. My music spinning on the radio. I'm about to blow up, and away we go. My music spinning on the radio. I'm about to blow up, and away we go. Blow up, blow up, blow up.
Ángel la ciencia.
Erica Mena reportedly tried to serve Safaree legal papers at a party last night in ATL. According to the Jasmine brand, Spice hosted a party celebrating her recent music success, and Safaree was set to perform. The outlet reports Erica Mena abruptly interrupted the event, yelling at Safaree and attempting to serve him some type of legal papers. In the middle of the event, she could be heard yelling at him, "You're being a effing coward." The papers were allegedly divorce papers, but there's no word if Safaree took the papers. Erica filed for a divorce back in 2021.
Oh, shit.
Now, I don't know. Look, I don't know if a party is the right place.
Look, when you trying to get something done, and you be trying to get this done for a whole year or whatever, that's not that crazy. That's not that extreme. You know he's gonna be there. Let's serve these papers. Let's get it done.
You know, how about putting, there's reporters there, that there's cameras there.
Oh,
Immediately that's gonna put the press in your business.
well,
Yeah.
and then also, does she care about that? It's already out there. This is their job. So I don't think she cares about press. And then also, press being there, that's more witnesses.
Yeah.
You got served. Okay, you got the papers. Let's get this done.
Wow.
Plus, their whole relationship was a mess anyway. It shouldn't have even happened in the first place. I feel bad for those poor children that are gonna have to be raised by two unstable adults.
But what actually happened? Because like they seemed so cute and in love.
I believe it was lust.
Lust.
Yeah, but it's something to be said that it was lust, because it was awfully quick that they got married to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, they got married in like after they established they were together, they got married very rapidly. So, so I don't know. I mean, I guess you go from reality TV to a reality TV divorce.
Oh my god.
It's
so bad.
I don't know. It seemed.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's entertaining. Keep them checks pumping.
That could be a reason.
If you've ever been through a divorce, because I have, it's like, if the other person drags their feet, your whole life's on hold forever and ever. It's not fair that that person can, put you in a spot where you're in purgatory indefinitely. I don't think that's right. So if that's her situation, I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, listen, we're going to do this now, whether you like it or you don't like it. Too bad.
Now, let me ask you a question. Like, now, if you are in the middle of a divorce, right? Let's say one is in the middle of a divorce and they're trying to get these papers served. They're trying to get out there, and they also have a relationship. Now, can the person that they're married to claim that infidelity? Can they claim that or no?
It depends on the state, but most states don't care. Most states are just like, it doesn't matter who did what, let's just get this done.
Right.
And they want you to interact with each other and come to a conclusion so they don't have to intervene. They want you to come with a settlement that you guys have discussed and agreed upon, because it makes their job easier and it makes the courts less congested. So if one person's dragging their feet, it's going to be a long time before the court will force their hand. So this girl, maybe she just had enough and, she's doing her thing to get what she needs done. I kind of agree with that.
I'm trying to think if I remember what was going on with the prenup situation, because ultimately, what exactly are they fighting besides custody situation, because they have children? Are they fighting over assets? Like, does he still love her and not want to get divorced? Like, why exactly is he dragging the feet?
Exactly. I mean, that's the next question. That's the next foot to drop. Obviously, it was in the press. Now everybody's going to be asking the same questions that we're asking. Like, what's going on? Who's the one that's... But last I checked, they were getting back together, I thought.
Right. Well, I don't know if they were getting back together, but they were talking and talking about things. I don't even know what happened. That was... I know he wasn't around on her second pregnancy, but we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But not being around during pregnancy, that's a big one. That's a big one. But also, marriage is bigger. So that's a huge commitment, and I wonder how much have they actually put into trying to work it out.
I don't know because Erica did break all of his his motorbikes one time when he was absent during that second pregnancy. She destroyed his shit.
I would destroy that shit too.
He doesn't sound unreasonable to me. I don't know. Like that's a pretty
Like,
messed up
I'm
situation.
not saying it's unreasonable. I'm just like she will fuck your shit up because if
will.
if you weren't there for her, like she will destroy your shit. And that's what she did. She did break all of his motorbikes one time. He came home, they were in shambles.
I want to
And
know what's going on and what's gone on inside of his head. Like, I know he was like super into his career and traveling a lot, and I don't think he's the type of man that tolerates a lot of drama.
Straight.
Straight. But I wonder what exactly has gone on in his head to justify his actions. You married this woman. You were so in love. You wanted her to have your children. And then you just like faded away. And I know Erica, she's crazy.
oh yeah, bro.
She crazy. So, but you know this. You already knew this. So what did you think you were getting into? And he was actually a little unsure right before they actually tied the knot. So maybe it shouldn't have happened in the first place. But
Oh, I know it shouldn't have happened in the first place.
we Americans are crazy. We
It
just
should
think
not.
that we don't value marriage like that anymore. It's just like it's like, oh, let's get married, okay. But it's like it's not really like a real true commitment like it used to be. It's like, so well, not in this case, but not in any case really, but it comes off as, well, if it doesn't work out, we could get divorced, and that's like an immediate option, and people aren't really working through things anymore when
Hey,
you
look,
make
at the end of the day, she's worth $1 million. He's worth $3 million. I think they'll be all right. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
they'll be
Yeah.
all
they'll be fine.
right. All right, everybody, it's the Lady Guru Show. We'll be right back.
How was it going, like growing up, going to school, like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was great until I was old enough to have friends who knew who Kid Capri was. That's Mena. She thinks she better than her because I went to public school. I went to school.
You live in the hood, right?
Yeah. Her dad's a celebrity. Why is she in the hood with us? Why is it like all these questions started to come up? And it was like, to me, I didn't really care because I lived such a great childhood still. KRS-One is my actual godfather. He was there when I was born.
Oh, wow.
Pulled me out.
At what age did you find out, or did you really find out who KRS-One is, you know, who he is in hip hop?
I always knew, like, because these are people coming to my house. I always knew they were
somebody, right?
Somebody. But it wasn't until I like listening to outside music. It wasn't until I started going outside, like really seeing stuff and like hearing other type of music. I got to a point where most of my friends were guys. So I would be with my friends and they'll be playing songs and I'll be like, I know him. Like, man, I know that. And it's like, oh shit, like you start looking for yourself.
Yeah. Right.
Larsa Pippen is taking credit for her curvaceous body and shutting down any rumors about having a Brazilian butt lift. While speaking to Andy Cohen during a Real Houses of Miami season 4 union, the ex-wife or former NBA star Scottie Pippen admitted to only having her nose and lips done. I've had my nose done. I've had my lips done. And that's basically it, the reality TV star 47 claimed. So the question that I have, gurus, is why is getting a butt lift so important to today's woman?
I guess, you know, the people want to be desired. People want to be fit in, and people want that to be like easy. I guess, I mean, men like the curves. The actual question is, is this actually attractive to men? Obviously it is. So that's why women do it, I guess. Are you doing this for just for yourself? I doubt that very highly.
Right.
What are you actually doing this for? Like, why do you need a big old booty and curvaceous hips and nice boobs that sit up in a small little way? Like, why?
I feel like it has a lot to do with beauty industry and then social media, and then a lot of people are getting it done. And I think it's just like so repetitive of like, this is the desired shape that like women want to look like, and then like, oh, I see a bunch of guys floating towards that image, maybe I should like do that. And so I don't know why that's like, it's hard to be comfortable in your own skin with
Right.
how your own body is. It
It
really
makes it
is.
hard for like regular normal women. And what is normal, what we actually are naturally. And more and more we're getting into an idea of this is not acceptable, I guess, because
Yeah.
everyone runs to, like, you see this body shape and it's like, oh, that's nice, that's beautiful, and that comes from both men and women. So
Yeah, but you know, the thing about it is that it's obviously a butt lift. Like, I mean, it's
you saw
Yeah.
the
not like
pictures from before. Yes, it's obvious. So why
you
are you
you
lying
can
about this, Laura?
Well, they
it's
probably take the worst before picture in her defense, but still, like, you don't
That's
just like, I
so
work out every day and I work on my
Okay,
booty and it still don't look like that.
you
So
do 1,000 squats a day and your butt is not gonna turn out like that.
agreed.
yes.
Okay, your natural body is your natural body. You have some ability to sculpt and tone and all of that, but you are who you are. Your DNA and what God made you is what God gave you,
Hey,
right?
look, hey, look, you know what,
Literally.
ladies, come on, man. It's 2021, 22. Nobody likes to work. I mean, are
That's
you kidding me?
bullshit.
True. It's true, but like your genetics are your genetics. Like I can't gain weight in certain areas of my body because my genetics are just built that way. Like I've even had like in so like even actually it was last night. Some girl had her boyfriend, she was too nervous to ask me herself. She actually had her boyfriend ask me like, is my butt fake or real? And I'm like, it's mine. I work out sometimes, but most of my muscle mass is in my legs, so I can't. That's just how I'm built. I can't tell you to go get a. You choose if you want to get a butt lift. Do you want to be a real person or do you want to be a
Naturally.
plastic Barbie doll?
And
well, I have a different view. Like I have nothing done. Just gonna preface it with that. But I don't have any hate for people that think like something about them has bothered them and they want to fix it and it's like a one-off thing. I get that. Like, you know, there are some things that we all dislike about ourselves and doesn't make us like bad people or anything like that. But I don't like when it kind of becomes like, oh, now we have money and all my friends did it. And so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to keep doing it.
hey,
And then I look so
Yeah.
unnatural, right? Because the women that we see in, you know, in Hollywood, I know they all get a little bit done, but like the ones who get the least done to me are the ones who really age so beautifully and they're just embracing who they are to a certain extent and they're not trying to be perfect and fill in every little line. And I think there's something really beautiful about that. And people should
Yeah.
embrace that more and be proud of who they become each year, year after year.
You know, I'm a big fan of working for what you want. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody is not working for what they want, it's like when you get it, it's like you feel appreciative when you work for what you want,
but you
right?
can't work for a big old booty and hips in most
I
cases
can't
if you don't already have it.
I can't work for bigger boobs, man. This is how I am. I can't change this unless I get injections. Okay? I can't
True,
fix
true.
that. Like I can't like, oh, let me lift some
But
weights.
but you know what?
Like
But check this out though. Women have been getting facelifts and boob jobs for years. right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's really what's the difference? Maybe the
I
difference.
think the difference is really, what everybody's saying is like, are you doing it for you or are you doing it for someone else? Because
Yeah.
like I have babies, right? So like not everything's where it used to be. And there are moments where I'm like, oh, I wish that like I just looked like I used to look, right? It's not that I want to look like somebody else or that my significant other's trying to push me in a direction or I feel pressured by the media. It's just like when I look in the mirror, I want to see what I used to see, right?
Yeah.
But I think the problem comes in when you feel that pressure, like societal pressure to look a certain way or do a certain thing because you're hanging out with certain people. And to me, my question for her is like, if you already got whatever nose job and something else, like why not just cop to the butt lift? Like at this point, who cares? Like,
Yeah, that part.
hey, you got it done.
I really don't understand that part. But like, I think it's a matter of not being comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
If you are comfortable with yourself, then it's, you could go on and be good. But if you're that uncomfortable and the pressure is on, then you might think about doing it. We have transitioned from an era of that being a thing and popular, like back in the 80s,
To receding hairlines,
big old titties, and
oh my God,
not
the man, not the man, the man lace front.
Bush, but even the bush was popular back in the 80s. We've changed since then, but we've transitioned into more curvaceous bodies and that being a thing of beauty now. So my question is, do men is this something that men like? Like, is it even when you know that it's fake and you know that
all right, you know what, there are some men that even if it's fake, they like the way it looks,
right?
There's some men who don't like fake booties. It depends.
If you're not locked in with a man that loves you and appreciates you for who you are and accepts you for who you are, as you get older, does it become harder to get that type of attention if you don't look how all of these other women are looking?
But you know what?
I would say, sorry.
No,
I would
go
say
ahead.
kind of yeah, because even on my own team, like I notice sometimes that like certain men will gravitate towards more the Asian girls on my team, or they'll gravitate towards the mixed girls on my team. And then it's just like I'm just kind of like sitting there in my own category. Like I don't wear eye contacts. Occasionally I wear wigs. I don't like switch up and like try to fit the norm, even though like it would be like kind of nice to like kind of fit in more, but like I realize that like we're all created differently with diversity. The whole reason of like humanity is diversity. So I feel like if we don't have that, like, then what is the point? We're just kind of creating the same old look over and over again. Without diversity, it's just going to become the same and then it just dies out.
We've lost some depth in our culture, like the depth. We've lost a lot.
Yeah. And you're very confident, to think that way. I think it's a beautiful thing you just said, and I agree with you. But
it's hard.
When I got divorced, I was 35 and I had 2 kids, right? And so my husband was the only person who had seen me naked for 10, 15 years. I was fucking scared. I was scared for another person to see me naked, because the last time a guy saw me naked, like for the first time, I was 25 and I didn't look the same at 35 after 2 babies, right? It took me a long time. Now I don't care. I'll show anybody anything. I'm just like, woo, whatever. I am who I am, right? Yeah. But it took some time. And I think some people get stuck there, in that like scared, I don't know, I don't feel right. And they can't lift themselves up because they're not strong, they're not strong enough, or they don't have that confidence, or they don't have the support around them to beef them up and help them get, that natural confidence to be who they are.
Yeah, it really takes a second. It's really difficult in like a society where it's like, oh, this is the norm, and this is like, it's even the same thing with like Eurocentric beauty. It's difficult in this society with like Eurocentric beauty being like the high point of it all, and then like this like anything else around it is kind of like, oh, it's weird, we don't really appreciate it. So it's really difficult to try to stand strong in like your own way of
Yeah.
knowing that you're beautiful with like your different features, and that's it makes things, it's difficult to understand that your diversity brings a certain type of beauty to the world itself.
But do you feel that confidence brings more attraction than actual physical, right?
Yes.
I,
Yes, it
I
does.
definitely feel like it's a confidence thing. Like you could be whatever, you could have any type of body shape, and if you exude that confidence and you are confident within yourself, you're going to attract what things back, you
You know
know.
what's so pointed about what you said? There are actually some men that don't want to be with confident women.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I've met all of
I
them.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
And it stems from I think from a low self-esteem from that man.
Yes, I agree.
All right, ladies, usually at this time we have how was your week, and I guess it's kind of the same thing, how was your week, except we're gonna substitute it out right now. We have Jessica Dennehy with us. I said that correctly, right?
Yeah.
So Jessica, we're glad to have you back. How has been your month, I guess, or two, or what are the new projects you're getting into?
Well, thank you for having me back, by the way. It's fun. I'm working on a lot of stuff. I had a second book come out that helps people start up their businesses because I'm a small business coach and I love helping small businesses thrive because I really just feel like it's a lifeline for people to find freedom and be able to, live their life while making a bunch of money and being with their families and getting kind of the best of all the world has to offer. So I wrote a book to help people start up from the ground up. If you have no idea how to start a business, that would be a good book for you. It's called Startup Legends. And I've been traveling a lot. I'm speaking at a lot of different
So
events.
you have two books out right now.
Yeah, I do. Pippen and Slay is my first book, which kind of takes everybody through my journey of how many times I've had to kind of adapt as life threw me some hurdles. I had a plan, didn't work out the way I thought. What am I going to do to continue to succeed? I'm not going to give up, right? So I got to figure out a way to win no matter what. And then the second book is Startup Legends.
All right. And you've been making some trips back and forth.
Yeah, I travel a lot because I speak on stage about business and finding your authentic self and bringing your authentic self to everything you do, because that's such a big part of my success was coming into my confidence and just allowing me to be me no matter what I'm doing. So in my job, in my career, in my businesses, in my family, in my friendships, just owning me. And I'm not perfect, and that's cool. And I'm going to make mistakes, and that's cool. And I don't look great all the time, and I'm not always on. And I'm just really trying to showcase that to people because I want them to see how important it is. It's important for your happiness, to constantly and consistently be able to be yourself. And it's really liberated me. And I talk about it a lot on social media, and I get on there without my makeup and my hair all tousled. And I'm just talking about my mistakes and talking about things I've gone through. And when you look at my page and you think it's so happy, right? Because everybody puts all the happiness. Well, I want to also showcase the struggle, because the struggle is where we grow. And it just helps people realize like what they're going through. Everyone's going through it to some degree. So just keep showing up and do the work and,
That's
find
I
your happiness.
that's
love
deep.
that. I love that. I wish more people were attuned to that and just being their authentic self. The world would be a much better place. Like, That's
Just
awesome. I love
just
that.
keep going. Just keep going. Keep a strategy and keep going. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, it just, you bring, when you're authentically you, it really changes your life in every respect. And the thing I love so much about small business is you get to build a career that is based on who you are and what is meaningful to you and what you love doing. And that's something a lot of people can't say, right? Because if you're in a job, you're in somebody else's dream, you're a cog
Absolutely.
in the work. And there's a place for that. I'm not knocking
Right.
that at all.
Right.
I was there. And many people enjoy it there, and that's great too. But for me, I just wanted to create a universe where I get to be me, and that's how I did it through business. And it helped me be a better parent, a better spouse, a better person because I was happier. And if you're a happier person, everything else is going to be more successful.
Absolutely. Everybody keep rewinding that part right there.
Yeah.
All right? It's the Lady Guru Show. Jessica Dennehy. Definitely. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
WNBA champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist Brittany Griner has been detained in Russia and could face up to 10 years in prison after customs officers found vapes containing hashish. I ain't never heard it like that, but hashish, oil in her luggage back in February. Reports say the Russian Federal Customs Service released a statement Saturday confirming that an American two-time Olympic basketball champion had been taken into custody in February after a narcotics dog at whatever that word is, international airport near Moscow. Considering the U.S. Present problems with Russia, do you think Brittany gets near 10 years in a Russian prison? Obviously, gurus, we got a real big problem with Russia, if you will. With I wouldn't even say with Russia. I would say with one guy in Russia. And being that those relationships are shouldn't even call being the war is going on, they're gonna throw the book at this girl.
I agree. They're gonna make an example. They have an opportunity here for themselves to make an example and kind of have some leverage. Because we care about our citizens, and
What are you saying? He doesn't care? Like
I mean, America, we care about our citizens when it comes to that, like prisoners of war and detainees in other countries and stuff like that. We do try to get them back. So this is a great opportunity for Russia to have some type of leverage in America, because right now, what do they have? We're throwing everything at them that we can without actually engaging in war.
Not to mention they threw Russia out of the Olympics. Now they have an Olympic athlete, American U.S. Olympic athlete, in their clutches. What's so overseas, all these North Koreas and places like that. I mean, if you jaywalk out there, they are going to take you in, and not only you're not going to be no months, they're going to put you away for years.
Yeah. When you travel, you have to know the laws and you have to abide by them.
Thank you.
You have to educate yourself.
Or just be extra cautious and not do what you would normally do. I mean, that's how I look at it, right? Like, you're going somewhere, if you don't understand the culture or what's important or the legal system, like, why are you packing that? Just leave it home. I'm sure you can find what you need somewhere once you get there. Like, let's be honest,
once you get out,
right?
once you get out of that country.
She didn't even think about that. Especially if this is something that she does on a regular as part of her lifestyle, and maybe she travels like this all the time and thought nothing of it. I don't know when they caught her with it. Was this during it couldn't have been during the time.
Well, from what I'm not that clear on the story as of yet, but I understand, some athletes go over there to play basketball during the off season, and they actually get paid more money to go there. So I believe she was in one of those type. She's also married. She's also married to a woman. And you know how they feel in Russia about that too. So it's like, she has a lot of obstacles right now that she's facing. And again, she was over there because the WNBA, they get paid, I think, a certain amount more than they get paid here. So,
you know what? I don't see them. Why would they back down from this? This is their opportunity. And quite honestly, when you're doing, you know what you're doing. If you proceed to consciously break laws,
and maybe what if she wasn't breaking the law? Like, imagine what if they like said that she was doing something that she wasn't.
That's a possibility, right? I didn't think about that, but that is a possibility. Russia does use a lot of propaganda to put forth their own what their goals are, or whatever they're trying to do. So I mean, I don't know. We don't know. There's many possibilities.
Yeah.
There's many possibilities. But what are we gonna do now? Like, do we want to engage our country in war? Are we going to be able to negotiate how we would normally negotiate? I doubt it very highly, because they're in war, so they're going to want something.
Especially to get.
I feel bad for her. I feel so bad for her.
Especially to get us out of get our hands out of the whole Ukraine situation. They probably will do that to the best of their ability. Like, hey, Joe, we got someone.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's hope for the best for Brittany Griner. She's a great athlete, great black basketball player, and we'll see.
Damon Dash and Jay-Z have been at odds with each other for some time, with their latest bout having to do with Dame's attempt at selling Hove's Reasonable Doubt album as an NFT. Dame commented on the matter in a new interview with Shannon Sharp for Club Shay Shay. He sued me for something he said that I did that I didn't, and then I had to sue him because he was redirecting funds for Reasonable Doubt. Dame said, I didn't realize it. I would never sue somebody I used to hustle with. I'm not into suing anybody. I was disappointed. I think it's embarrassing.
I guess the first thing I would ask is, how do you guys feel about NFTs?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying. No, I'm not putting like that much effort or energy into it, but it's coming at me and it's there, and I would like to understand it, but I don't have the time to learn about all of this. So I know it's going on, but I don't fully understand this NFT life.
Samantha, what do you think? I mean, go ahead.
What?
NFTs, this is like the new this is a wave right now. It's like get in now, because this is what's going on and this is what's gonna explode eventually. So you can create digital content, digital art, or whatever, and right now there's people that are creating these NFTs, which is that digital art and content.
Okay.
And it's being sold and people are becoming millionaires right now with this. So it's a whole something else that's going on, like cryptocurrency and things of that nature. So
but isn't it like as secure as, well, it's from the way it was explained to me, because actually somebody explained this to me yesterday and I probably forgot at least half of it, but because it's so weird. But but the thing is that from what I understand is that it's like so I guess Dame Dash must have put reasonable doubt somewhere, and people from all over would invest in it, and it would bring the stock up.
Yeah, something like that.
But at the same time, isn't it true that in the NFT you can easily get hacked and people can take it? Because there was reports that people were stealing people's NFTs. The hackers were stealing NFTs.
So I would say it's digital. So yes, that's a probability. That's probably something that the platforms for these NFTs are going to have to concentrate and focus on in the up and coming days and months and years or whatever, to prevent that from happening. But if he owned it, he owned it. He can do whatever he wants to do with it.
But didn't we see Jay-Z get up there in a show? Jessica, really quick, I want to hear your thoughts on the NFT. But before I say, what do you think of an NFT?
I'm trying real hard to understand it myself. I mean,
I'm with her.
Right.
I'm trying. Like, I really am. I'm listening. I've been listening in on people talking about it and just trying to wrap my head around it. But it's kind of crazy. I guess my brain is not moving as fast as the world is right now, because I'm still trying to catch up on it. I mean, I know, to me it's like, isn't it just a JPEG? Like, I don't understand.
It's literally a JPEG.
I really don't get it, but hey, like, we're doing a lot of weird things right now in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, everything to me, it's like everything's fake, but that's always what it's been, right? Like, we create things and they have value because we make it valuable, right? So it's the same concept. It's just because you can't feel it and touch it, it's so much harder to understand for me. Although I understand the concept of us putting value on something for no real reason.
Right. I think it's more so because we are at a point where we are going so much towards technology, and that's like our future. So it's like, get in now, because this is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But also I'll just say, I thought Dame Dash and Jigga was actually getting along better than they were before, because if I'm wrong, somebody say something, because last I saw, Jigga was on a stage talking about, I want to thank Dame Dash for his 50% help with the whole launch of the whole Rockefeller,
which is due to him,
so now we're reading that the suing is still going on, and it's like, really?
I don't know. I don't know him personally, but Dame Dash, every example that I've seen of him, he comes off as very much asshole breed, and I could see why he might have problems going along throughout his life with the things that he does. He is very, 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 very business oriented, and I think he will always put that before a personal relationship, and who knows what happened, but.
Well, hey, look, I really, really hope they get it back together, and because come on, man, we need Jigga and Dame Dash on the same page just to memorialize the thing that they did. Don't forget they had the clothing line, the Rockefeller clothing line, and everything, But hey, it is what it is, Hopefully it'll get better. Hey, ladies, we had a great show tonight, I want to urge everybody out there to like, share, comment, share as much as you can, people out there. Hey, Gurus, it's the Lady Guru Show. And we are out of here.
Bye.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you guys.